What's going on? My name is Jose, aka Isanomonjo. This is the Isano's Den of Otakus. Today I'm here with
Mactastic, aka Baker, because my name will be said. So
Nope,
Yeah.
phenomenal only. Fuck
only?
you.
Don't you mean low nominal?
Nope, we established this
Okay,
last week.
phenomenal. So, what's the order of business today, gentlemen?
We established this last week on the episode that has yet to air.
Okay, phenomenal.
Fuck you.
All right.
you guys see the controversy for PlayStation?
Yeah, $700. Also, it doesn't do that much more.
Wait a fucking minute here. Wait, what?
Nope.
Sony Ville's PlayStation 5 Pro console. Oh my god.
$700 and it
Yay.
doesn't do that much
Yay.
more.
So
Wait.
you'd be better off buying a new graphics card.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to buy $700 PlayStation 5 Pro,
Yeah.
no drive for you. You got to pay extra.
No disc drive,
Mhm.
no stand,
Yep.
all digital.
You got to pay extra for the stand.
Now, if you
I have to pay extra for the privilege of
You have
playing
to pay
physical
extra
games?
for the everything.
Now, you can add the detachable disc drive to it if you have one. By the way, they're $50. And when this got announced, guess who bought them all? Gapler. So,
Oh,
good luck.
man,
I love
nothing ever changes. Am I right, fellas? I remember when this and the Xbox Series X
Whatever
came
it's
out.
called.
Yeah, whatever the current Xbox is.
So, features to include on the PS5 Pro.
Mark Cerny. Yep, Mark Cerny's still in charge. Dude, Mark Cerny's a weird motherfucker. That's all I got to say.
Is he
Please.
the nerd that fucking...
Yeah, he's the nerd.
That was in this fucking presentation?
Yeah, he's the nerd. That's the only way.
I love that's how
No.
you guys like know. I'm like, oh, the nerd.
No, that's the only way to describe Mark Cerny is
Dude.
this man has never been outside to touch the grass. He just knows the chemical composition of grass.
I was
Oh,
literally...
okay. He's got a pocket protector.
I was-
sure.
I was
Okay.
literally like, I opened up my YouTube and I saw, currently live, and it was just kind of like the countdown.
Mhm.
Like, okay, so, and I was like, oh, I'm late to the live stream, so I get forward and I see the nerd talking, so I was like, hold on, let me back it up
Yep.
then. And then the entire time he's talking, he's like, we noticed that our players always pick
no,
performance
he's
over.
so right though.
They always pick performance over the graphical side of it. 3 out of 4 always pick performance. So
Mark-
what we're here to do.
Mark, I don't know what to tell you, but if they pick performance, they wouldn't be on platform.
And literally they'd be like, so what we've done is we've gone ahead and we've given it the big 3. And he literally did something about AI upscaling.
Yeah.
Jose, I just love that impression you did of him. Like, right on.
No,
Oh,
that's,
yep, right
that's,
here.
That's Mark Cerny in a nutshell.
AI-driven upscaling to improve image clarity, upgraded GPU, 28% faster memory, and advanced ray tracing. Oh, and 120 FPS, I guess.
Ain't no way this thing's stable. 120.
PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution.
Huh?
boys. Spectral Super. What the fuck does that mean?
That was, we got it up to 100 frames and we were like, let's call it some fucking cool.
Literally,
Oh, spectral super resolution.
it didn't take an hour. It didn't even
There
take
was-
an hour.
There was like 6 names on a whiteboard, and that was the last one. They're like, fucking good enough.
Yeah, it didn't even take an hour for me to see all of the hatred that this thing got. Everybody and their mother made a
Fucking
like.
Oh, I fucking hope
$700,
so.
brother.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like no,
even-
man. We already dealt with the scalper price shit back when these consoles came out originally, and now they're like, oh, here's another console, guys. Oh yeah, by the way, it's $700.
Dude, they dragged-
No.
They dragged fucking Microsoft through the mud for $600, and now look at them. I mean,
they didn't learn from their PlayStation 3 days.
doesn't-
Man, I remember the PS4 and then Xbox One shit where they're like, yeah, so you can play used games. You
Yeah.
will not have DRM, and it's cheaper.
But guess what? In one generation, we'll remove your disc drive. Good luck. Get fucked.
You want a disc drive? You got to pay more for that, bud.
All right. So moving on from that, you guys remember when I talked about Uwe Boll and how he sucked?
Oh yeah, and he was like, I can make a better Borderlands movie.
So he tried to crowdfund a movie for $90 million. He had to cancel his crowdfunding because it only made $850. Up one of our paychecks.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Someone donated their entire paycheck because they believe in Uwe Boll. That's crazy.
They said-
Couldn't be me.
Sorry, Uwe Boll. Postal sequel isn't happening. It's like,
I'm gonna need a refund of my paycheck, since no one else chipped in.
Huh?
it said
It was me.
It
was
does say
me, Austin.
It was me, Austin.
it says here he kicked off a crowdfunding campaign to raise $2.5 million for a sequel to his Golden Raspberry Winter Postal, which grossed less than 150 worldwide. What makes you think people are gonna donate to a fucking sequel movie that no one even watched?
For a bad
Well, he did apparently.
Bad video game movie, no less.
Yeah.
Hey, what about President? What is it?
President business.
President Down. That was the second one. White man goes crazy with a gun.
Blah blah blah.
It had the same name as that Rock movie with the monkey, and then he threw a fit
Rock.
about
Are you
that.
talking about Rampage?
Yeah,
Rampage.
Yeah,
Rampage.
I watched the first 2 of those when I was younger.
President
Two?
Down.
Yeah.
He has 3 of them, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, there's a third. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Hold
What?
on.
You gotta complete the trilogy.
It had a good rock song, I think, for like the ending of the film. I think the first one.
Rampage.
That's all I remember.
President Down, 2016.
Yeah. No.
Director Uebo. Who the fuck signs up for this shit? Oh, it's free on Tubi.
I mean,
Nice.
I guess if you really need the money,
Yo,
I don't
click
know.
already watched. Yeah, already watched. Already completed.
So
Mm.
I'm glad he got his ass spanked and he's not making any movies. In
Yo.
sad news,
Yo,
Darth
the
Vader,
boy, he died.
Mufasa,
Nah, fuck Mufasa. Mufasa sucks.
other stuff he did, I'm sure.
Yeah, other stuff.
Yeah, look, even them, Star Wars and The Lion King. That's the only 2 things I know him from. Like, I don't
That's
blame
all I
you.
know him from too.
Yeah. Okay, so he has passed. Big sad for that. I did like Darth Vader, pretty iconic. And I also did like Mufasa.
That was a bold statement saying you like Darth Vader. Wow.
Yeah, I like Darth Vader.
I can't believe you. Just the most fucking basic ass bitch I've ever heard.
Hey, look, I know, okay, not just you guys, but like if anybody's listening, look, I know we make a podcast about anime, but at least we don't talk about Star Wars, and at least we don't talk about episode 4 every week. Dude, dude, you remember the Darth Vader mask in A New Hope? Literally, the red, oh my god, the lenses were red because they literally could not get black in the film. Oh,
I'm
and
coming.
you know the scuffs on top of the helmet? Oh my god, dude, did you know?
ATSTs.
Did you know that the scuffs were because they didn't have the right material? Oh, dude, I know. Oh my god, dude, I know.
Hey, look, good.
By the way, that's 2 dudes I used to work with.
Really?
Yes.
Which
Well,
one?
Every
goddamn.
fucking day.
They were just
Is this a
nerding
Target?
out about.
Yes, this was at
Oh,
Target.
okay.
They were turbo nerding about Star Wars, like
Every
prop shit.
fucking week.
Bro, you won't
fucking
believe this.
day.
Fuck, man. No, I loved like the original 6 Star Wars films. Some for different reasons, of course. Like the
Even
prequels.
Clone Wars?
There's parts.
I'm sorry, did you say the original 6?
Yeah.
Oof.
Ooh. But
I only
I
like A New
enjoyed them.
Hope.
Huh?
I only like A New Hope.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, like no, he did good work and all. But it's unfortunate, at least with Star Wars, that fucking fell off, and now it's mainly just shit now. So
That's true. They do have his voice like digitally, like they own it now.
Yeah.
I
At
can't
least-
say I'm too surprised about that.
Well, he was Mufasa and he
Oh.
was Darth Vader, so
Do you guys
know.
remember when he was on the episode of The Big Bang Theory?
No.
What?
Wait, is he that one where he's like, me and Carrie Fisher, I've never met?
I think so. Then he's like fucking signs a napkin and Sheldon fucking goes nuts.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was
No, you're right.
Leonard-
I recently watched that clip.
wasn't it Leonard Nimoy? I thought it was Spock.
Well, Leonard Nimoy is the guy that played Spock.
Yeah.
Thanks, Salem.
You sounded like you're having trouble over
No,
there.
I'm saying I'm
clarifying.
pretty sure Leonard Nimoy was also a guest on one episode.
Yeah, I didn't watch Big Bang Theory.
What?
I didn't either.
You didn't watch Peak Fiction?
Yo, that
Did
show.
you watch Young Sheldon?
Yeah, that
I
show
mean,
Now
was
that's
for
peak
nerds.
fiction,
I
right there.
mean,
Dude.
guess you guys are just haters.
Young Sheldon, and I don't actually watch.
I'll say, like, I was never a closeted nerd, but the fact that show was like, this is how nerds do it. It's like, I was like, you know what? I'd rather be a jock
Just-
and fucking stick people in
Just
toilets.
like George Lucas, it went a little far in some places.
I went to our places.
Could have toned it back for sure.
I don't know. They had a fuck ton of seasons too, if I recall. I have a
Oh,
friend
yeah.
who collected the whole series, like box sets and everything of it, and she loved that show.
Your friend's the worst, you know?
Well, you know, she has interesting tastes.
Okay.
I'll say that.
How many seasons of Buffy does she own?
I don't think she has any.
What about Aura on High School Host Club?
She doesn't watch anime.
Oh, makes sense. But she probably watches Vampire Diaries.
Maybe.
Smallville.
Maybe Smallville.
Mhm.
Maybe
all of it. All of it.
maybe.
Hey,
That's why I want to own an Impala.
Oh fuck! I can't remember what all she owns. I haven't seen her in forever, but yeah, she just had like box sets on box
Yeah,
sets. Like
she's dead now.
she collected a lot of like just like movies and series and shit.
if
but-
she liked The Big Bang, she definitely. The Office is my personality.
yeah, maybe.
I
What's the
think
other
you
one?
can enjoy The Office as a show, but man, yeah, don't make it your whole personality.
Just like our Gina.
And like to be clear, I'm not gonna dog on her taste, but at least with Big Bang Theory, I will a little bit, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I don't get how you could watch 10 seasons or
Including
how
Young
fucking
Sheldon?
much. I worry if she does. It's
mean,
like, well, it's part of Big Bang Theory. It's the experiment. branded.
You gotta.
What we're gonna talk about later is like also objectively pretty awful, but I kind of was having fun with it.
True. So let's
or
get to
like my other favorite bad good movie was the first fucking live action G.I. Joe movie. It's fucking awful by all standards and metrics, but I love it.
I love the underwater submarine,
Hell yeah.
Arctic boat fight, like submarine fight, and everyone's just like,
and then you get the reveal that the doctor dude becomes Cobra Commander.
Yeah, fucking Baroness is hot as fuck.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he's like, I am now Cobra Commander, and the guy who hated being in American movies is just like, and now my skull is gray.
Yeah, we had the Ninth Doctor, whatever the actor's name is, I can't recall right now, but yeah, he became Destro.
For those wondering, Sherm is sleeping. So
sleeping.
So let's continue then. Moment of silence for James Earl Jones. Thank you.
I don't even think we brought up fucking that whole time.
Oh, we did, but as tangents go, we delved into G.I. Joe and
I think
Big
we
Bang
said
Theory.
Darth Vader and Mufasa. I don't know.
I can't hear you, dog.
I don't know if we ever said the actor's name that passed away.
I feel like it would be if you're talking about Mufasa and Darth Vader, and then you know it's James Earl Jones.
Well, sure. I'm just.
Sorry.
It's funny the way we went through the entire thing talking about it and never said his name.
Sorry, I now feel like those two fucking nerds at Target that were like, dude, remember Starkiller? That was originally supposed to be Anakin's name. All right, let's move on.
James Earl Jones has one of the most iconic voices of all time. He did good work.
He did. He did. And apparently he was also a stage actor. Too bad we will never see that.
Wait, really?
In person. We might see clips online.
That's pretty sick.
Emi Shinohara, the voice actor for Sailor Jupiter, died. I remember the day this happened, and I put this in immediately.
Rest in peace.
We've been having so many deaths lately. Jesus Christ.
So
Salem, where were you when this came out?
Where were you when the towers fell? I'm sorry.
Oh my God, Mr. President, they just hit the second tower. They hit the second Sailor Moon voice actor.
Man, this is like the most insensitive thing to be saying right now
Bro,
in this month.
But that was like 23 years ago, brother.
Here, do you
No, you're right, but there's going to be people out there like, joking about it?
I can't believe they joke about that.
Here, you can lay your head, but like turn the mic slightly to...
Yeah.
Sherm, you need to eat the mic. I don't know why you're not eating it.
Yeah,
right
at
now.
least...
I always eat
Nuzzle the mic.
No, you don't gotta eat the mic, but at least turn it to you so that way the like sound goes into the front part.
Delicious.
All
right, start the story over. Cut that out.
Okay, so
Editor, take that out.
Emi Shinohara.
Wait, are we making the same joke again?
I was hoping Jose was going to be like, I'm the editor, because he does that every time.
No, I am the editor, and I will...
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to hear that.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Proceed.
Mr. President, they just hit the second Sailor Moon voice actress.
Where were
Was there one? Was there one early?
I feel like there was. Wasn't that Misty lady also a Sailor Moon voice?
Was she a part of that cast?
Maybe, I don't remember.
The English dub of Sailor Moon? Maybe.
I mean, maybe.
I don't think she was. Anyways, it says that she was undergoing treatment for an unnamed illness and
cancer.
She unfortunately passed away. Now I did, just because we do this every time and then we go, what did she do? And then we're like, so she did Kushina Uzumaki.
Oh, really? That's Naruto's mom.
Oh,
let's see. Ryoko Komi, that's from, I think that's her cousin, like her little
can't
cousin.
Communicate.
Yo,
Let's go.
That's the Railgun Girl's mom.
Mizuzu Misaka.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Cardcaptor Sakura, she did Kaho Mizuki. And then like some of her early.
We're
Holy
scrolling.
shit!
Some
She
of her-
had a lot of work under her
We're
belt.
fucking scrolling, bud.
Oh yeah, she goes back to the 90s, even the 80s, I think. Yeah, she started out with like Project Outlanders and Project Akko, and then she did the Japanese voice for April O'Neil for a really long time.
Holy shit, that's a jump.
Yeah, Vampire Princess, dude, and not even that. I'm pretty sure she was the voice of Hanami in Jujutsu Kaisen. Hold on, let me find it.
No, I think was that a voice?
Oh, you're right. I don't think that was her. I think that was a different voice actress that also passed away.
Yeah.
That might be the one we're thinking of.
Yeah.
But yeah, she has unfortunately passed. I went back to kind of listen to some of these like old voices that she kind of did, and she had like that mature. She's always like, she would be the one, and if you can
You're
kind of
saying
tell.
she could be rerun.
Yes, if you can kind of tell, like by just kind of like some of the characters you see on screen, she was either like a mom role or a strong archetype woman role. So I'm sure.
Sounding a little woke for me, bud.
I'm sure it was great. Oh, Stella Dea, The Gate of Eternity. I got that on an emulator. I don't know if I'll ever touch it though.
This is a good character design. It's not gonna make me play that game though.
It's true. It's true.
Star Ocean.
Hack.
Huh?
Yeah, Star Ocean.
Fuck you.
Till the
Star
end
Ocean.
of time.
Oh, that's that game I just bought.
Wait, is it really?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit. Oh.
Okay, she
Wow.
plays Mirage Cow. You know what? I might play that in honor of Emmy. So,
Wow. He won't.
big ups to her. I hope she's on Snake Way with Toriyama and everybody else. Or James Earl Jones.
We're really getting a list compiled together here.
Well, rest in peace to these great people that brought us some great anime. So, you guys hear that anime?
My boy Tanjiro.
So, apparently the Japanese legal system is really hitting these anime sites hard now. They're going full prostate mode.
It's okay. They'll still exist after.
Just killing the things we love.
So basically, so a lot of you guys remember the big leak that happened. Apparently, who was it? I think it was Toei and who's the other one? Toho, maybe? Oh yeah, Toho and Aniplex. These two companies apparently filed some kind of injunction to kind of get the people that leaked that shit online. They were able to get X.
I'm sorry?
They were able to get X.
Sorry, for normal people, he's saying Twitter.
Yep.
Proceed.
They were able to get Twitter to kind of like subpoena these names and stuff, and they were able to find the real people, and I think they're in trouble now. And then apparently, because a bunch of chapters keep leaking, like the One Piece chapters, the Jujutsu Kaisen chapters, there's also a bunch of people like that on that side of things that are also getting in trouble. So
so they're going after people just posting like pages from manga and shit too.
Yeah.
manga,
Oh.
and then the anime, all those episodes that got leaked and stuff.
Mhm.
You remember those watermarks? Apparently, those watermarks are fake, and the actual like real like thing that tells like who leaked it is is embedded in the episode or something. I don't know. That's what I read. I don't know if it's true. It was on like geek.com.org/is it true conspiracy kind of. It was kind of like the Sun. It was a website that looked like the Sun. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't know if it was reputable, but I read it anyways, and I was like, but yeah, if you watch your anime illegally, get ready to fork over some High Dive and Netflix and Crunchyroll money, because it might not be up for long.
Nah, fuck you.
All right.
Which, I mean, to be a little real here, like, I mean, if you do have the means, you should be trying to watch your anime on legal sites anyway. But yeah, the options are going down.
I know our friend Tristan refuses because he's like, it's just on the internet. That was literally his
No,
reason.
so-
I mean, hey man, porn's free. Why are people paying for porn? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why are people paying for browsers? Why are people paying for
Fucking
Bang Bros?
losers. Why would I do that?
Yeah, like some of the websites I don't really get because it's like the quality's not there. Like even if you're paying for it.
Wait, which one are we talking about? Are we talking about like,
Oh,
I was gonna say, are we talking about Crunchyroll or Tushy?
Huh?
Well, I mean,
Anyway, I don't know.
yeah,
what-
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Oh.
Pervcity.com.
I was gonna say, man, we should have
Some
went
of
to
the
Jerkmate when we had the chance. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Some of the websites are so fucking vanilla. It's like, who would pay for this?
All right, so moving on from
Shit spaghetti.
no,
No, he cut that
Oh, we're
out.
staying on that topic. Okay.
No,
we're
he
s-
cut that out.
Okay.
Editor
Cut
has
this out in
cut that.
post.
I'll have to cut.
It's all
that.
your fucking fault, Salem.
Oh yeah. Oh.
All right, so moving on, guys. Excited for Genshin Impact's collaboration with McDonald's. We had Jujutsu Kaisen. We had Yu-Gi-Oh.
Wait. What,
Maybe if we
was-
get these kids in with their gotcha games, they'll buy our fucking product.
We don't have enough money yet. What was
Ooh,
the collab with
Genshin or
Jujutsu
McDonald's?
Kaisen? Was it Gojo's secret sauce? Or
It was
something?
Can't touch me like Gojo.
yeah, it was
I
like
said nah, ho.
Look good in all my
All
photos.
right, let's see what we got here. Genshin collab.
Juicy, monster.
Oh,
F.
fries. Oh, I love
Apple.
Oh,
Ah.
I love the McDonald's.
Oh, dude. Fuck yeah. What do I get
Wait
with
a
it?
fucking minute here. Okay, exclusive rewards available on the app.
Yo, do I get a fucking
You get a
sick-
glider.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
Now there was a final trailer for Venom. I didn't know if we wanted to touch on
Yeah,
that.
can I see Venom Horse one more time?
I don't think Venom Horse is here.
What? Whatever you do it right. Go to Harbor Freight. That's Frank's favorite fucking place.
Oh yeah,
Harbor Freight.
Yeah,
I
dude.
can believe it.
he
He
does
talks-
everything there. He does his food shop in there.
No, there's no fucking way. Are you serious?
yeah. Dude, you know
Man,
that, like, Menards?
Frank is an interesting man.
You
I'll
know
tell that.
Menards sells, like, food, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know they sell like jerky and shit. I didn't know.
No, they sell, like, straight food now.
No, you're right. Yeah, I just remembered because I had to get food there at one point.
Yeah.
I didn't have to. I was gonna drive somewhere else.
Ah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm on this plane. Oh, shit. Is that a red one?
No, we did that in the last movie.
Ah,
Yeah, it's not Carnage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ate it in the last movie.
Oh, did he eat Carnage?
Yeah.
Are
Oh.
we visiting the other symbiotes in this one?
No.
Looks,
Okay.
was Riot the one in the first movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which also one of his sons. Apparently, this is like the symbiote infestation. These are supposed to be like the symbiote. Now, like I said, I don't know if they'll have Null, the symbiote god, in here, but if they do, that'd be pretty sick.
Man, this is...
Oh, and that's the guy from the Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, fucking Mordo.
Oh, yeah, they have him. The Null. The spider god? No. The symbiote god.
Yeah, if I remember right, and I mean, it's our listeners, I'll just skip ahead a minute, I guess, if you don't want to hear it, but, like, didn't Null make all the symbiotes and then eventually they, like, turned on him?
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, that's all I wanted to bring up.
I haven't read that. I haven't read a lot of new Marvel. It just pisses me off because it's like, hey, what is the MCU doing? Okay, try to copy that. And the only times it didn't do that was like the Thor run, the Venom run, the Immortal Hulk run. By the way, in that one, he was getting like chopped. He was getting dissected in that run. It was pretty cool.
Oh?
Venomorphs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sherm's favorite character right there.
Look at him. So majestic. Do you ever get like Phyrexian vibes when you stare at fucking Venom?
I mean, I see where you're coming from on that. It does
Yeah.
look like the oil.
Yeah.
This movie looks bad, just like all the other
I
ones.
would argue that the first one was okay. The second one was pretty whatever.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Never-
Like, I did watch trailers for the first two, with Riot and Carnage being the villains. I never watched these movies. I watched clips and I'm like, that's good.
They
enough
were
for
like
me.
so like just average, not even bad, just middle of the road. Like I felt no emotion before or after watching them.
Oh, okay. So
Like I thought fucking Woody Harrelson as fucking Carnage would be sick. It was
not.
it was kind of whatever.
Yeah.
It was not very sick.
So you guys think this might be just more of the same then?
I think this is going to be worse than those two.
Oh, worse.
And
oh.
we're not going to get Venom.
Oh fuck yeah! I can watch The Boy and the Heron on Netflix. Let's go.
Oh boy, let's watch that again, guys.
All right. Did you guys see this?
Before we go on, I saw a little thing. It was remember last week we watched the Maury Pelope dance video?
That we did.
I saw a bunch of, my TikTok must have been listening. I saw a bunch of like people like, I saw that video and then the comments like, this isn't my dad. And I was like, I don't get this. And then it like showed another clip where she's like fucking acting awkward as fuck. And they're like, that's my dad. And I'm like, oh, I see. She's scuffed as fuck. Like a weird fucking father figure to these fucking terminally online people.
Yeah, it would take a little to explain, but
No, I get it. Like
Okay.
the fucking like it's my father because I need a fucking role model, and you're the closest thing I can find within arm's reach on the internet.
Also, like,
A VTuber?
Yeah,
Pathetic.
why not, man?
pathetic.
If I wasn't already mad, this has made me even more mad.
I mean, also, like, I think jokingly, like, another member of Hololive Kobo, I believe her name is, she, like, calls her dad, so I don't know if that plays a role.
Yeah.
Like,
but-
calls her actual dad? Or
No,
like,
calls
her
Maury
dad.
dead.
Like,
Pathetic.
She's the father.
as Jose looks up in smugness, pathetic.
What's that
but-
from?
Yeah.
That's from The Simpsons.
Oh,
I think it's the principal who's just like
pathetic. Yeah, I love that. I've never watched The Simpsons, by the way.
And neither have I.
Cool.
You guys are better off for it.
We're Family Guy kids. I am.
I was back in the day. Yeah. Do I remember a lot from it? Fuck no. But
Imagine
Hey, allowance.
Imagine saying didn't watch The Simpsons and bragging about being Family Guy kids. That's
we're
wild.
cultured people on this podcast.
No, the true cultured motherfuckers are
Yeah.
the ones that watch Futurama.
We watched South Park.
You've never seen Salem?
No, I have. It just
Okay.
didn't do anything for me.
What?
Really?
Yeah. No, like literally.
He said
if you-
this before.
Yeah. If you talk about like
shreds you.
Futurama to shreds, you say. I know that.
That's a
I know
great
that.
line.
It is. It is.
And
But,
what of his
like,
wife? To shreds, you say.
But no, like Futurama. I mean, Family Guy. I probably watched the most. South Park to an extent. Like a lot of these like shows, I didn't watch a whole lot of, and it's not something I want to revisit.
I would argue American Dad is a higher quality than Family Guy.
No,
It
yeah, I watched
is.
American Dad
It
too.
was the better
Uh,
Seth MacFarlane show.
You know what's
You
really?
know what? American Dad and Family Guy, I think, were the ones I watched the most.
You know
back
what the
when.
funniest ongoing story? Like C.
Is it the chicken fight?
No. It's the what do they call it? The C story of American Dad was.
Oh, is it the golden shit?
The golden shit.
Yeah.
Like there was an alternate future where like Stan divorces Francine and Jesus is now with Francine.
Yeah, there's like, dude, there's like Terminator Stan.
Oh yeah, it goes pretty crazy, but like it's like that is the ultimate future of that storyline. It is so dumb, but it's so good.
There's so much fucking cat hair in the air. I swear to God.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so
You do have the most hair out of all of us.
That is true.
Studio Trigger X Transformers. It's
Okay.
kind of long. Do you guys
I
want?
mean,
It's
you want it-
Transformers. I'll lock in.
Do
That's
you want
up
it
to
at
you
2
two.
times speed, or do you
no,
want to watch the whole
it's
thing?
regular speed. It better not be a bunch of concept footage.
By the way, the people performing this song is apparently like Chicken Soup.
Okay, that's a good design.
Who the fuck is that band? Chicken something? Chicken noodle soup? Chicken broth?
You're
Yeah,
fucking
that's
going
my name on the
way
streets. Is
too
chicken
far.
broth. Yeah, you got it.
I don't know, but this was actually watching this and I was like, oh, those
Holy fucking shit! Sorry.
Salem's into it.
yeah.
Sorry. I saw Blitzwing.
Yeah.
Blitzwing had this exact fucking design that Transformers Animated did back when.
So what this is essentially a.
That's my fucking Starscream right there. Hell yeah, and Waspinator.
By the way, what this is.
What?
Waspinator?
Yeah, Waspinator.
What the fuck is that?
Oh my god. Sorry.
How many different...
Yo!
This is-
yo! What the fuck?
This is
all
a
these
s-
designs.
This is a celebration of all things Transformers.
Oh man. Okay. That's fucking sick.
So
man.
all the shows, all the toys, all the Optimuses, all the Megatrons.
Dude.
Oh.
Dude, Transformers Prime. It's the fucking cast.
And then
Oh,
there's the
I
cast.
remember that
Oh my
fucking
God.
bullshit.
And then there was also the kids from one of those Transformers animes.
Oh, it's getting worse.
It's the
farther it
microbots.
goes.
That I don't know.
Yo, look
By the
at
way,
all
get
these
ready.
Optimus eyes.
Get ready.
Are they gonna mega transform?
Oh, dude. Yeah. Okay.
If you think a
man.
certain version of them aren't going to appear, well, howdy do I have some news for you.
Those fucking Dinobots.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, this looks gorgeous. This looks amazing. I fucking love this shit.
Just them throwing on like the different casts of the series. Oh my fucking god, dude.
And then they like mega form or whatever.
Yo, that's him in his fucking fuck, what was it? It's not Metal Fusion. Fuck, whatever. It's a second form in Beast Wars. Fucking sick. He's a dragon.
He's got the Matrix.
Rodimus, yep.
They've all got the. Do you recognize these ones?
Well, yeah. How could I not? Michael Bay. That's my favorite Transformers. You know what I'm saying?
I love how they just went, just do whatever.
Okay.
Optimus
All
Primal
right.
from the movies.
Yep.
Gen 1.
Wait, so is this just the video, or is this going to be like an actual thing?
This is just the video celebrating this.
Okay.
So this is just the video celebrating
Yeah.
40 years of Transformers.
Granted, it would be hard as shit to fit in all the different like just versions of Transformers into one whole thing, but that'd be so cool though.
By the way, there is a Transformers trilogy from like the early 2000s that isn't produced by like anime. The designs go really hard.
What are you talking about?
So like,
Are you talking about like Armada?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's Armada.
It goes after that because it's like in 3 parts. By the way, I would recommend the Japanese dub over the English dub because the English dub just basically starts doing whatever with the plot. 'Cause apparently it's an overarching plot, and the American dub was just like, make it Monster of the Week.
Who'd you say did this?
This was Trigger.
This was like a bunch of different studios.
No, they helped out.
Oh, okay.
No, this was fantastic. It's so nice to see everyone's like different versions throughout the different series. I was not expecting Transformers animated shit to pop up because I remember Blitzwing's design and that fucked me.
Yeah, I honestly, this looked really great. I really enjoyed it. I love Transformers.
I'm gonna watch that again later.
I'm not a big Transformers stan, but I do
Keep
enjoy.
your pants on.
I'm trying, dude. I'm trying.
No, I mean
like
later.
my shorts are already untied.
I mean later.
they're coming off.
No.
All right.
Man,
Did you enjoy that, Salem?
Oh, I love that. That'll power me through Transformers 1 when we watch that.
Next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember the good stuff.
I don't remember who said they saw that and said it looked alright. I didn't believe them either way, but someone said they had saw
Online?
Yeah, like an early viewing of Transformers 1.
Oh, it's probably my dad.
Oh, your dad got involved?
Nah, I fucking hate that guy. Don't worry about it. So I actually brought this up. I didn't know this was a thing. We're gonna move on from Transformers. Sorry, that's all we really kind of had.
That's fine, dude. That's fine. I got what I came for.
So, Mactastic, I was kind of talking with this to you about the other day.
Yep.
I didn't even know that they were planning to do this. So essentially, what they're planning to do is they're planning to re-release Tokyo Godfathers, Paprika, Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, Paranoia Agents, over the course of 4 days. Now, well, actually 3.
Oh, like they're playing this in theaters then?
Yes, but it's in Japan.
Fuck.
So
I mean, it's still cool, I guess.
I was actually hoping they would release them out here because I kind of did want to watch these.
Yeah. What was it? Is it Perfect Blue? Right.
Perfect Blue.
See,
right here.
I watched a video about the plot of Perfect Blue like forever ago, and it seemed interesting.
Yeah, what do you know about Satoshi Kon, Sherm? I mean,
Nothing.
Blow Nominal. You ever heard about Perfect Blue or Paprika or Tokyo Godfather?
No.
Would these be anything you're kind of interested in watching?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, all right, so moving on from that, there was a trailer for Orange Leviathan.
Ooh, that's a name.
So this was that anime thing I brought up a while back, where these are books based on young adult, like young adult novels. So this is based off a Scott Westerfield, but it's by Orange Studio. So it is an anime technically. It's a Japanese studio. Now,
Does that look like it's made by the Ruby people?
doesn't it?
Is it the Ruby people?
My problem with Ruby was mainly the plot, so I mean, you know.
I'm still kind of deciding whether I like this or not.
I could fuck with this type of animation depending. We gotta see like some more high octane.
Giving me
first.
some Berserk vibes.
So that's what I initially thought too. I was So when I was watching it, I was like, well, at least I got more frames per second than Berserk.
I mean, not hard when they were running about 3.
Dude, I love when people would make videos talking about the Berserk adaptation, and there's the slideshow shit. It's just a movie so good.
Fucking pick guts up and.
So apparently, there's a really well high regarded like what do they call them? Young adult novels.
Okay, we're going off the rails real quick here.
Drifting with that fucking flying octopus thing.
Okay, I can fuck with the walking tank. We're getting close to Metal Gear.
So this is kind of like where I've
surpassed Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
So this thing, like I've kind of been debating on because I look at the animation, I'm like, okay, it's not traditionally 2D, but it's not horrible.
Like, I mean, so far I can fuck with it. Like, it's not like making me like puke or anything.
Like for what it's trying to do and what it's trying to achieve, it's doing a lot. So I don't know. I think I might get on this at least the first season. I hope this doesn't become an Attack on Titan where like it starts out strong and then it's just like terrible.
So it's just called Leviathan then?
Yep, just Leviathan. It's a bunch of young adult novels. So basically the equivalent of light novels in Japan. But instead of having like, fucking 20 to 30 volumes of they didn't kiss for the, 10, because, there's always romance and that bullshit. There's like an overarching plot, and apparently they've been really well regarded. Apparently he has been on the New York top bestseller, so this could be something. And then like I said, I don't know if you guys are interested, but this is something I kind of picked up and I was like,
I think I have seen that like the cover art of the show. I think I've seen that somewhere.
Now, when I did bring this up initially, it was just announced that this was a Western property being picked up by a Japanese studio, but I did bring up the fact that Godzilla Singular Point, Trigun Stampede, no, it was those Godzilla movies, the like 3D ones.
Yeah, which you said you watched those and they
I
weren't
hated
very
them.
good, right?
Yeah, they were super bad. I hated them. I hated the animation. I hated the writing. I hated the plots.
God damn.
They were all bad. There was nothing good about those.
But I will say, at least on Leviathan, like the animation doesn't seem like Garbo. At least if we're comparing it to like Berserk. What was it? Was it 2016 or 2018?
2016, yeah.
2016. Yeah, it doesn't seem that bad. Like it doesn't look like a slideshow.
Yeah. And then moving on from that, I know you guys haven't watched the Apothecary Diaries, but do you ever plan to?
I mean, I've seen clips back when it was airing. I think like only 4 episodes were out. It looked pretty good. I just
really
never sat my ass down and actually decided to watch it.
Honestly, it was on par that season because I think rerun had just wrapped up and this had started, and I think this was like perfect rerun replacement. So the guy the person, I think they are a woman because their real name was mentioned in this article, Erica Ikeda. They were indicted for 10 months for tax evasion. So
fun.
Second time on this podcast, somebody has been arrested for tax evasion.
Okay, the author was up to a little fun in their free time. Okay.
Now, they did claim they paid their taxes, but that they kind of fudged some numbers or they forgot or something. So that's what happened there. But Square, I think one of Square's, I don't think it was Katakawa, but they were like, oh, we are not going to cancel the manga. We're going to keep going after Square Enix. They're like, nothing particular considering canceling. So they're just like, nah, we'll just let it blow over. And with good behavior, they'll see no prison time. White collar crime to its maximum.
Add a little spice to the history of this manga.
Imagine the judge was like, I read your manga.
Big fan.
You know what? 10 months, but no prison time with good behavior. And they're like, all right.
Yeah. You better keep that series good.
Yeah, which is really funny because, like I said, this was really, really good. It was on par with rerun. So
I mean, I enjoyed all the clips I watched when the show was like first airing. So I mean, I would hope that it's a good show. Does it feel like it did set up for season 2 well enough with what was going on?
Yeah, so it did a good job. Honestly, I would love for this to continue and come back. All right, so we have 2 things to talk about. What would you guys like to talk about first?
Sonic. Let's talk about Sonic. Let's get that out of the way.
Let's talk about the only good part of this movie, and that was fucking Jim Carrey going nuts.
Yes, sir.
Jim Carrey fucking crushing it.
Now, we all just watched because none of us have seen the first Sonic until today, right?
I don't think none of us have seen the second Sonic either. So.
Well, here we go. We're gonna have an experience, and then the third.
All right, so look like colorful bunch.
So what do we think?
So like the plot is super straightforward. I mean, like it was a decent ride.
A breezy 1 hour and 20 minutes? Not even 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right.
Hour 33.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad watch, I would say, but it's like the only standout thing to me was was Jim Carrey being Eggman.
Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey.
Like if it wasn't Jim Carrey playing Eggman and it was someone else, I don't know if they could have done the goofy shit that Jim Carrey was doing the whole time. And he's super likable when he's doing it. So
Now, none of us are Sonic fans. We don't know the lore that well. We do know the internet lore, Chris Chan and all that.
yeah, Tails gets trolled. Personal favorite of mine from everything I know.
When will you learn?
Yeah, but actual like game lore, comic lore, stuff like that, we don't know.
Correct. So, was this? Do you think this movie is a good introduction for you guys as non-Sonic fans into Sonic? would now go pick up a Sonic game?
Nope.
No, sure.
Nope.
No, I wouldn't either. No,
I got Sonic Mania. Actually, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, people say it's a good one. I mean, like the movie, no, it's just Sonic. Who, I mean, I'll be honest. At times, he was a little annoying. Not gonna lie to you.
At times or all the time?
Like there were like certain times where he was like grating on me a bit.
Would you rather?
Like, he was like neutral
was it
for
the
me.
first time he flossed or the second time?
Oh, those are perfection. That's what that was.
Yeah.
He didn't default dance. He didn't do the Waller from Suicide Squad Isekai.
He did the floss.
He did the floss twice. But no, just certain moments. Like I think when they were in the bar, just some dialogue he had was just fucking grating on me. I'm just like shook up in my head. But
hey, he ate the chili
Yeah,
dog
I've
in that.
never kicked a bucket either.
but yeah, like it was pretty neutral ride. Like none of the characters really stood out to me. They were just there to do their thing.
I feel like you had to have fucking default Tom character
Yeah.
in this movie until we established Tails and Knuckles in the next movie. Because like those characters obviously play off each other better than
Right.
Sonic interacting with a dude.
It feels very
a
just like
middle-aged man.
it feels very vanilla. You know what I mean? Like without Robotnik doing what he's doing, it's just kind of meh. Like, oh yeah, he's traveling with the cop guy. Oh, they stop at a bar. Oh, hijinks ensues. They travel more. They meet his wife, and the sister of the wife's an annoying.
It was also
lady.
weird how the wife was there like one day and then was back in fucking San Francisco the next day. Because it's like, oh, we gotta go meet back up with her. It's like, oh, I didn't even know she fucking left.
Did you guys like the San Francisco nod, to Sonic Adventures 2? I don't know anything about Sonic.
Anyway.
If there were no.
Because, it's that opening scene, right? The one where he does the song you guys like. Where he's, like, being chased down the road by a train or a sub or whatever it is.
Oh, you're talking about when he's getting chased down by a truck?
Yeah, and then they're playing that really rocking song.
Oh, I did not hear that shit in the movie. I'm gonna lie.
No. I'm saying that was a nod to that game, I think.
If it was a nod, it didn't do anything for me, no.
We're not Sonic fans.
No, I need a giant truck that clearly is oversized when he's chasing Sonic. I need that shit.
Yeah, the size of 4 streets.
Yeah, like literally, he takes up the whole fucking road damn near when he's chasing him.
So, you guys all kind of remember what original Sonic looked like before they delayed the movie for 6 months to fix.
Of course, like he was an internet horror before they fixed that.
He was a thing, I guess. What do you guys think if they had gone ahead with that design and then for the second one done this design? Do you guys think it would have been jarring? You think it would have been too much?
I kind of wish they kept the old one because that would have been funny. I kind of wish they did. I mean, I think he looks good now that they revised it. But
did he look too cartoony the entire time?
I was fine with it. It didn't mess with me or anything. I think he looked pretty good, all things considered.
He did. He definitely looked really good, especially the turnaround time between when it was released and when they initially dropped that first trailer and then took it down because they're like, we're sorry, guys.
Oh, people like that. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, so what'd you guys feel about the plot then?
Nothing. It was like a 2. The plot was like 10 out of 10. The plot was a 2. The characters were like a 2. I'll say this. If I was 5 to 8, would have been my favorite movie. Hands down.
You said the characters were a 2?
Yeah.
Out of what, 2?
No, out of 10.
I don't. Your grading system changes every time.
No, I'm saying like.
See, Sherm, I thought the same thing for a little bit there. I was like, wait, but what is rating system?
Yeah.
Don't worry about my rating system.
Don't worry about the thing I'm gonna be using.
The rating
later.
system is made up, and the points don't matter.
It's just my own personal. No, I'm saying that this entire thing was just like the writing was bad, the characters were bad, everything was kind of whatever. I enjoyed my time. I enjoyed my time, but I had to stop thinking about cinema, and I was just like, I'm 5 years old.
Like I
enjoyed it way more like that.
I don't know. I wouldn't say the story was bad. It was just bland as fuck.
Exactly.
Like, the characters were there for their role. Sonic and Eggman, of course, are the only two that stuck out. And Jim Carrey did a fantastic job.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad he stuck around to do more of that shit because he's great. But
Jim Carrey was really funny. One of the best jokes in that movie was when he said, paint yourself up against the wall wall, and he just starts like going at the dude, and he just
Yeah, he gets all in his face after he says that.
but he like pins himself against the wall.
Stone, pin yourself against the wall. No, you listen.
I also
Very
like
good.
when he's like, man, those guys are real survivors. Got away from you. They're doing really well. He's just like,
It was so good. Like, I genuinely think without Jim Carrey, somehow this movie would even fucking lander.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like, because Sonic was like okay, which is kind of bad to say about the main character, you know. But he's like fine. He was slightly annoying at times, at least to me. It was just kind of whatever.
so seeing as okay, so Sonic 3 is coming out soon. Sonic was watching, what was it, Speed?
Yeah, he was watching Speed when he was
Sherm,
peeking
you brought
through
this
their
up.
window.
That's actually, if they were thinking that far ahead, that's actually like super clean. I was just trying to hand it off if you had anything to say.
The fact that they were watching Speed and Keanu's in Speed and Keanu's Shadow, yeah, clap.
It comes.
I clapped when I saw it.
It comes full circle like a Sonic ring.
I loved it the first
Ooh.
time you made the joke too.
I know.
Anyway,
So,
all in all, we're very kind of mad about the first movie then.
it's
Yeah.
like
For the
it's
most
like a 5 that I love,
Yeah.
but it was mostly Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah,
So-
solid 5. It might be lower without Jim Carrey playing Robotnik.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be fucking lower just because
If
like
Jim Carrey wasn't in it, I would not have I would have probably shut it off because it would have been so boring and so like nothing going on.
now I haven't seen product placement that like in your face.
What are you talking about?
The Olive
Garden is a great place to go get some food.
There was Olive Garden. What was the other one?
The
There was another
Toyota
one.
Tundra.
Yeah, there's a Toyota Tundra. God, there was another one. I know there was Zillow. No, was it Zillow
Yeah,
when they were looking
Zillow.
for apartments?
yeah, when they were trying to get something,
I brought up the Zillow listing, honey.
She literally said Zillow listing. We had to see the computer shot and everything.
Oh, of course.
They brought up the, what was it, like the ultimate unlimited pasta bowl. I was like, wow.
It never ends.
It's the never.
And this is a fucking high-ranking military, man.
You fucking uncultured swine. It's
Oh.
the never-ending pasta bowl.
It never
Remember,
ends.
this is the
Never
government
ends.
man who sent these people to
What's he
hunt
gonna
down.
do? He's not gonna give them money. He's trying to pretend this never happened. He's
So
like,
here's an Olive Garden.
Yeah,
a
here.
$50 Olive
fucking,
Garden.
I went
gift
down to
card.
the Olive Garden. I spent $50. Here's a gift
Man,
card. Here
we,
you go.
We pulled as much from the budget as we could. Folks.
Honestly,
$50
For the $50 he spent, he could not have gotten them a better value. What?
I hate Olive Garden. I'm just like, I
You
love.
haven't even eaten there and
No,
you hate it.
they've gotten.
Look, Flow Nominal and I will enjoy our Olive
Okay,
Garden. Okay,
so-
if we ever get a gift card, we know where it's.
I'll
going.
say this. One of the companies I used to work for, they catered Olive Garden every quarter for a good job, well done.
Sure.
I would always starve.
So you have or have not eaten it?
No, because I looked. at
No,
all the food
answer
and-
the question.
Nope.
You have not eaten it.
No, because I'm like, it
You
all
can't
looks so
hate it
unappealing.
then.
It looks unappealing.
It looks so unappealing.
Not even the soup.
No, it all looks so gross.
All right.
What
that's fine.
are you? Okay.
No, more for me and you.
Okay, the soup looks gross.
Don't worry,
I'm
I'll
done.
get you guys two $50 gift cards.
Oh, two.
Yeah.
Oh,
You have
damn.
no idea. That would last me months.
God damn, son.
All you need is the soup, salad, and breadsticks.
We just need a Sonic to kind of destroy our livelihood, and then yeah.
We used to have a Sonic, and then it closed because no one fucking went to it.
Yep, I know what you're talking about exactly. I went there like 2 times. I remember the food.
Me and Big Strong Man, we went to the Sonic down in one of the bigger cities, and I was like, "This shit's ass. This fucking sucks."
Oh, it's ass.
I was like, I don't know why people like be hyping this up. I was like, this sucks, and she's like, yeah, this sucks. So even when she say it sucks, because she likes to give a lot of things a chance, so it's like, this sucks. This isn't good.
I mean, you guys are still ordering Pizza Hut. Oh, that says a lot.
I mean, way better than, I don't know. I don't like Papa John's. You guys know that.
I was just about to say, well, I'm a Papa John's main myself. Fair enough, I fucking guess, man.
They're all pretty bad.
Godfather's is good.
Actually, I had Marco's the other week.
Yeah, Marco's
I
is
was
okay.
kind of I was surprised because I remember not liking Marco's, but the Marco's I had was pretty decent.
They are a bit pricey, though.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I didn't pay, so.
Oh, fair enough.
Somebody
Yeah.
might geolocation this, but I think Pizza Ranch got some of the best pizza.
I've been to Pizza Ranch in some time now. I don't know. I remember the pizza being like fine, but I was never like craving it or anything.
You guys ever had a CC's pizza before?
No.
What's that?
You guys never had CC's?
Mm-mm.
Well, there was one down in the Rapids, not the Falls. It's just buffet pizza, but it was like $5 or $8 to get in,
Oh.
just as much pieces as you wanted.
Oh, just like unlimited.
Yeah, just fucking go up
For like $8. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah, and then they closed it probably because they were losing a shit ton of money.
Just like Red Lobster with that shrimp thing.
So Sonic, like I said, I turned my brain onto kid mode, and I was like, this is amazing. I love
Kid
this.
mode.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Like like, yeah, for as much as this isn't a cinematic masterpiece, this is a really fun movie. Like, I was kind of thinking to myself, because I put myself in like my sister Thomas's shoes, and I was like, well, what would she think? And then I was like, oh no, she loved this movie. I was like, oh, I can see why. No, because at how old she was at the time, I was like, okay, I can see everything she loved about it. I was like, okay, this is fun. But yeah, as a like cinematic movie, I was like, this is dumb.
Well, for me, it's just meh.
Now, do you guys want to move on to the thing we assigned ourselves over the week?
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm surprised I fucking watched this before the rest of you. Well, not over you. I figured you would have watched it ahead of me.
No, that's what I told him too. I was like, I was telling Jose, I'm like, I'm surprised out of the three of us, you hadn't started this already at the time. But Jose, and we were talking before, because he has said he hadn't started either. And I'm like, oh, I'm surprised, because out of the three of us, I assumed that he would be one to like get it going.
What are we talking about?
So non-spoilers and spoilers. So
just say the thing we're talking about.
Sherm, what are we talking about? Go.
OddTaxi.
Thank you, Phenomenal. I appreciate that.
I can't stand either one of you right now.
So
OddTaxi.
OddTaxi.
Yes.
So this was a really fun ride. I do like that the opening shot is the overall MacGuffin. I don't like to call it that, but it was like just the beginning scene, and I was like, oh, this must be important for later, which kind of was like that.
What's
the
he
show
talking
did that.
about?
Are you talking about
The very opening scene, like they just the thing sinking into the water.
Yeah, that's what I figured you were talking about.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
yeah.
Like that opening scene, I was like, oh, this might be important. And then there was a lot of things that were important. The eraser.
Wait, you said it was a MacGuffin?
I called it a MacGuffin because I don't want to call it what it is yet.
Isn't well, I'd have to look at the definition of MacGuffin again.
Yeah, because I was thinking that meant unimportant, but it might mean important. I don't remember.
It's the thing that moves the plot forward, even though we kind of don't know that it's doing that. For I think like maybe 2 to 3 to 4 episodes, we don't know. You guys looking up the definition of MacGuffin?
It says it's important, but not necessarily significant in itself. Which I mean, considering what it was, I don't know.
It becomes the driving plot device. Like at first we're like, oh, that must be important, but it looks like we're not focusing on it now, and then it becomes the focus. So then it becomes anyway. So yeah, what did you guys think of the overall narrative, like this story?
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was really fucking good. I enjoyed all of it.
Same.
Like, every episode, shit was happening. Things were moving along. Like people's stories were bleeding together more and more. You find out that fucking everybody damn near has interacted with somebody else. You know?
Now we got to make fun of you for a minute. Why did you stop?
Why did I stop? Oh, well, okay. I mean, in episode 2, a little before the halfway mark, I believe, a character Imai, who's like basically, as we've discussed before, like just a simp character, where he's a very big fan of the idol group Mystery Kiss, I believe it was called. Mystery. And he likes the main of the 3 idols, Nikaido, I believe her name was.
Yep.
And so fan meetups for idols can be very cringy at times, because, you know, they're there for these cute girls, and, you know, they're gonna fucking be flabbergasted and be all like, but it was actually fine. After I resumed watching it, because like time was ticking down, we had to watch this and get it concluded for the pod. But no, like it was perfectly fine. I really liked Imai. Like I think I pretty much liked or loved all the characters we were introduced to, barring the fucking office worker guy, which I guess we'll touch on it. But.
So I guess without going into details about the plot itself, what did you guys think when all these characters were kind of getting introduced? Because I think episode 3 introduces that office worker, and we get about half the episode to almost all of it dedicated. Because in the prior episode, we got the scene where, God, I'm blanking on his name. I'm gonna put up the any chart to look at their names. But main character,
Odokawa.
Mm-hmm. He almost runs him over, and that becomes significant.
So I mean, like, should we like get all the non-spoiler stuff out of the way and then go into spoilers then?
Yes.
Okay, because I mean, I pretty much said my.
What non-spoilers are there though?
Well, I mean, but Jose was saying like non-spoiler spoilers.
So
what non-spoilers?
So let's
like, what are we talking about here?
So I guess
I don't know, before we get to like the meat and potatoes of the show.
I go ahead. I guess I don't know what when you're saying non-spoilers, I don't know what you're referring to. There's not a lot to talk about in the show besides the spoilers of the show.
So I will say one of the things I thought I wasn't gonna initially like was right here, Kakihana and his quest for love, and I didn't. But the other one I thought I wasn't gonna like was the idol stuff.
Oh, Shiho, yeah.
Which wasn't the idol stuff was there, but it wasn't really like it wasn't really like, oh, we're focusing like almost Oshinoko levels of like we're focusing on idols. Which I first I thought that's what we were gonna do for their storyline. Which I was glad we weren't. We weren't like, oh my god, listen to these songs,
we didn't necessarily have to deal with the drastic actions that happen in Oshinoko versus what happens in the show for sure.
Correct.
Like pregnancy stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, specific plot thread threads, what did you guys think? Like the office worker, what did you think about his plot?
Are we talking spoilers or not? Like, I'm still confused.
No, I'm not. So like just like these specific plots, and then once we're done with talking about them, we'll kind of fuck it. Okay, what do you guys think about the dead body?
I'm asking like what.
Try to explain the show without spoiling it.
My interpretation of non-spoilers was basically just to kind of give an overview, probably like the main cast, like what their deal is, stuff like that, and then we go into like how their stuff interconnects and all that. That was my interpretation.
Yes, non-spoilers for me is always just introduce it. That way, when we finally get to it, we can like reveal the meat and potatoes and reveal the like this character was actually this.
Well, the only thing I'm gonna say before we dive deeper is that people should watch this before they actually hear us talk about like spoiler stuff, like, you know, with the end of the show and all, because like I somehow went, you know, because this was 2021, I think, it's OddTaxi.
Yep, right here.
So I went all this time without knowing a damn thing about the show beyond people saying like, oh no, this was pretty good actually. Like, people should watch it, and it's like, well, you know,
this is one of those that people weren't shoving down your throats. Like the like when the doctor kind of came in, I was like, oh, this is a cool doctor character, and then he gets his own plot thread, which every now and then I would be like, I kind of want to know what the doctor's up to.
Yeah, pretty much everyone does. Like, they have their own shit going on, and then it leads into each other. So you find out some characters are actually very familiar with others, and you know, just shenanigans keep happening because everyone has like their own like goal or consequence because they happen to know like Yakuza members, stuff like that. So
yeah, which was, and the entire time like with his name Otokawa, the whole time Otokawa, like I can definitely see this being like a non-anime. This could definitely be filmed or shot as a non-anime. This could have been a live action thing.
Okay, so it all right, well, I just go watch the show if you haven't watched it already before we start talking about it. I will agree with you. It's just that the whole deal with Otokawa's like executive dysfunction, I believe they called it.
Yeah,
that would be a little odd to show, since like the entire time pretty much we're seeing all these characters as animals. You know what I mean? Like, they'd have to like edit and CGI stuff.
Now, I guess before we start spoiling it,
we kind of
so before we spoil anymore, it's like the taxi bits were good, the hospital bits were good, the idol bits were good, the office workers sucked, the simp character was okay. Actually, he's kind of adorable.
I liked him. I liked Imai.
He's a little bit adorable, but he is too much of a simp. The comedy duo I could have done without. The two brothers I enjoyed.
Oh, you don't like comedy guys?
No, I couldn't deal with them.
Oh, I liked them.
The hippo I could have done without.
Okay.
Dobu, I like Dobu.
Okay, Dobu, one of my favorites for sure. I love that fucking man. Love him.
And then let's see, Yano. Do you guys enjoy Yano?
Yeah.
Do you guys enjoy rapper Meteor as Yano?
What?
It looks like this guy's a rapper, so
what
just from like the photo he's.
I like the name Meteor. I like that. No, like pretty much like I said, I liked pretty much all the characters, if not love them. It's just the office worker I have problems with.
I hated Kakihana. That's who I hated the most.
Oh, you hated Kakihana?
Over the office worker. Yep. Okay, so let's get on with it. The body in the beginning of the show. What did you guys think? How did you guys think that was going to be revealed?
The body in the beginning. Are you talking about the one that was under the tarp that they like threw into the like ocean or whatever?
Yeah. Like, did you like think that was going to come back, or like when you were watching, like what were you thinking? Because the entire time we're getting that Otokawa possibly was the prime suspect, at least in the first two episodes.
Well, if I recall, initially when we see that scene, Otokawa wakes up from his dream and like, you know,
he's drowning.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they show us that, and I believe Otokawa wakes up after that, and like I was having a nightmare.
And like you brought this up earlier, his dysfunction. Like, when did you start getting inklings that is he? Are we supposed to be perceiving them as animals, or is it just Otokawa? Because there were a few instances where I started going, do we see them as animals? But they're actually, because for example, I kind of was thinking of Zootopia the whole a couple of times while I was watching this. You know how in Zootopia they know they're animals and they're kind of like they know they're a porcupine or they know they're a buffalo. The entire time I was waiting for somebody to bring it up, to be like, oh well, I'm a dog, you know, this is what, like, I have dog and things, or like I'm a cat, I'm just cat like. But they never brought that up.
I mean, the thing is, like, looking back on the series, because I sat there and kind of just like took it all in. I watched the last episode. There definitely could have been points in the story where like Otokawa like mentions like, oh, you know, alpaca, or like offhandedly mentions like an animal when he's talking with people.
Yeah.
And you could, I guess, kind of maybe interpret that as like they're not necessarily their animals, because I think Otokawa, when he was trying to remember who he drove in his taxi the day that the murder happened, for you know, one of the three idols, he mentions like Calico Cat or something, and I could have sworn one of the characters was like, what, you know?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, he definitely mentions like it was a calico, and they just kind of look at him. They don't respond. We just keep going.
But like there could have been sprinklings of that I didn't take in at first, because I'm sure, as all of us did, when you're watching it, we're just like, okay, no, this is a world where these are animals and they're just doing human shit, and that's just the setting.
So, and that's kind of where I was starting, like, that's kind of what I was asking. Like, when did you guys start getting the inkling that these are human characters? We're just seeing them as animals. And then, because I didn't even, like, there was a whole, like, plot of, like, he must be seeing things differently. And I was thinking, like, so is Otakawa? It wasn't until the very end that we finally get, like, no, it's just Otakawa that's seeing people as animals. But the entire show, I was like, they're human, 100%. But as the show goes on, we're still seeing them as human.
Well, I mean, Sherm, what were you thinking? Because when we were talking to each other in the Discord, I think you were the first one that actually finished the show. You were talking about how good the ending.
There's a couple points. First time Otakawa references that he always thinks of himself as a walrus. That was a pretty big indicator. There's also, trying to remember specifically, but I think it might be the fox lady that like owns the restaurant they keep going to. But at some point there was an actual like animal, and I thought it was weird that it was like not like a person. Like it was just an animal that was like at the door in one of the scenes. Not the very end with the cat, because like that happened at the end in Otakawa's apartment. But there was another scene where it might not have been the fox lady, but someone had an animal, and I was like, that's weird that animal is not like a child or something, because it was like a small cat like at the door or something. So yeah, I mean, and then when the doctor is looking into Otakawa's history, there's a lot of things that are pointing to it at all times.
So I guess for me, the first time I noticed it was when I was like, okay, we have anthropomorphic cat, but he just almost ran over a cat. We have an anthropomorphic dog, and then there's a thing called, what was it, like Zooland or whatever it was, the mobile game fucking office worker almost went ape shit for. Like, it's like these people are animals, right? And then we come to the conclusion later, and like I think it was by 6 that I realized, no, these are humans. Something's going on. This is why we're perceiving them. I didn't know if it was an artistic choice or if it would become a part of the plot, which it did, which surprising to me, and I was like, that was pretty cool. That was actually done really, really well. The fact that was kind of incorporated in there, and it wasn't like, it didn't beat you over the head. It gave you clues throughout the show. I actually really, really like that.
No, for me, like, honestly, weirdly enough, when like that Zoo mobile game was brought up, and like you guys were saying with like pets and everything, that didn't really strike me as too weird, and I don't know why. It's probably just because, like, even though these guys were animals, like Otakawa being a walrus and stuff, my brain just saw them as people, so I didn't really think too much of it. You know what I mean?
And I think that's what the show was playing at, is like, we're kind of trained to think like, if we see anthropomorphic animals, we're supposed to think they think themselves as human. It's just part of the medium, which I think worked really well.
Like when we did get the final reveal of Otakawa in his notebook, and he was writing about stuff when he was a kid, when he did say that, like, yeah, I see myself as a walrus, I wish I was a walrus, that type of thing. That then, of course, I was just like, oh, okay, we're doing that shit, especially with the black silhouettes not looking remotely like animals. So I mean, it hit for me right when they were intending it or like to hit. Looking back, I do see what you guys are talking about. I wish I picked up on that more, but I mean, when the reveal hit me, I was just like, oh shit, okay, we're doing this, because the doctor even had a brain scan of Otakawa. And I just thought, oh, it's because Otakawa was having those sleeping problems, and then it's revealed to you, like, there's probably something more going on.
So when his sleeping got brought up, when the brain scan got brought up, when she finally goes to the doctor and she's like, I'm sorry I made you close down your clinic because I was stealing your drugs. He was like, it's fine, we got something else to worry about. And she's like, what? Like, Otakawa, we gotta save him. And I was like, what's going on with Otakawa?
Goriki, I believe was the name of the doctor. Man, he was so fucking chill. He was just like, yeah, it is what it is.
I do like how at the very end, when we see their human forms, a lot of them just look like animals. That was funny.
Like Gobu, for an example. Like, yeah, he's perfect as being a baboon.
Or Shiba Gaki, the little boar guy, the comedian boar guy. He was just a short dude, short fat dude with like a little thing pointing at his head.
I'm gonna say Otakawa looked better than I thought he was gonna look when he got revealed. I was like, okay, this man is gonna be some chunky boy. That's what I thought. And it's like, no, he's pretty decent looking, especially since he's like 41, I think.
Yeah,
like,
43.
He doesn't look half bad being that age. You know what I'm saying?
So Sherm, kind of tell me, like, why did you recommend this one? What kind of drew to you? Why? Because this was one of your first choice. Like, you said this right off the bat, like OddTaxi. I kind of remember that.
This is the thing that you hate, where people recommended this, and I was like, oh, well, if enough people recommended, there's got to be something there. Like, I'd heard it doesn't feel like an anime. It definitely feels more like this
could have been a drama. That's what I was kind of saying earlier.
Right. It's more like a Stanley Kubrick or like a well-known director like had done like a animated piece instead of like a movie, where it doesn't feel like traditional animation, or like at least Eastern animation, so to speak.
I would say this kind of felt like a David Lynch, or not David Lynch, the fuck am I saying? David Finch or a Chris Nolan. Those obviously you guys have seen a Chris Nolan movie. David Finch, Fight Club. So.
Never seen Fight Club.
Neither have I.
Fucking culture.
Yeah, let's watch Fight Club, where he just talks about fucking beating dudes up. Sounds great.
That's how I know you haven't watched Fight Club.
Yeah, because if you're in Fight Fight Club, you know.
Well, I for one don't have any directors to compare this to because I can't really remember their names, but it feels like a really good drama going on.
So
and, like the characters were good and things got wrapped up. Like I'm trying to think by the time
Chernobyl, a good one.
Yeah, Chernobyl's pretty good. But like it just, you know, like pretty much everything that happened like mattered.
Yeah.
You know, like things got wrapped up at the end. Like I'm trying to think of any plot lines that happened where they didn't wrap them up in a nice bow.
I'll tell you which one. The actual murder.
Oh, the
that
actual
one
murder?
I get, but like almost comes out of nowhere. Where
well, I mean, when they outlined like who killed her and why they killed her, like it makes sense to me. I mean, the main idol girl was planning on killing you know, her partner if she used what she was saying.
That made sense.
Yeah.
But like it's almost like at the what is it, like episode 8 or 9 when we get the reveal that like, you know, she's being told step down, this one as center, and then it's like I was gonna go up there and kill her if she didn't like agree to step down, and she just finds her dead.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, who did it? Because it could have been any of the number of people that were introduced up until this point, and it turns out it was the fake hat the entire time.
Yeah, it was the girl that ended up replacing her as a part of the idol trio.
Right, but like that's what I'm saying is like the body, like we're introduced to the body, but we don't know who the body is up until it finally is revealed, and it turns out it's the black cat from Mystery Kiss. So then I'm like, okay, who the fuck is that then? Turns out, oh, she replaced her when that other girl went missing. When did she go missing? Well, let us show you. It was this day, and it's like, oh, okay, oh, who did it? The who done it was like the entire time I was like, oh, who done it? And then when we finally get revealed that it was her, I was like, I never saw that one coming. Like it was a big surprise, but I was also trying to understand her motivations, and her motivation was she was fourth place. She didn't get it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, she
what's
came...
your missing plot thread here, bud? Because you described the plot.
Like was that really enough to push you over the edge?
I mean, if she's that type of person, yeah. I mean, you know, like she's saying earlier, like she comes
hyper
from a
competitive, like wanting to be one of the top 3. I could totally see someone being that crazy.
I mean, an example of that was the main girl in the idol trio.
Fucking office worker, man. He wants to be good at a video game. He almost fucking killed like 2 people.
Hey man, he was scammed out of that damn eraser. Let me.
Yeah,
scammed out of the eraser, scammed out of his dodo. Like honestly, I kind of fucking agree with him. Like just start shooting some people. Fuck
man, if I didn't get that dodo, I would kill somebody.
See,
so relatable.
But like she even said like she came from a single parent household. Her mom had to give up her dreams to raise her, and you know she came to.
My thing was like I guess my thing is like what was the outcome she thought about?
What was her outcome? She wanted to replace the girl. She wanted to be a part of the.
How would she have done that?
She said she was hounding the director guy to let her in, and then once the girl went missing, he was like, "All right, well, we got to replace her with somebody." And then
right, so it was all calculated up until that point. But I don't know, like that one, I might have to do a rewatch later on because that one just kind of felt like too out of left field for me. But like I said, it wasn't bad. Like I do like that we finally get like, oh, it was her, and I'm like, oh fuck, it was her look-alike, the copycat. Okay, I see, it's the fried chicken one, and I was just like, damn, that's crazy. Also, the way OddTaxi season, like the show just ends a little weird. The way the show ends in general, just a little weird. She gets into the murder cat, gets into the taxi, and that's it. Black screen. We get a Sopranos moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after that part ended, like, of course, it left probably all of us wondering, like, okay, well, I mean, is Odokawa going to be okay? Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, he's fine.
But I mean, I was kind of okay with it. I mean, like, I would like to know what would have happened. I mean, we watched the Into the Woods movie, I think.
Yeah,
that's what that was.
Which gives us the real ending.
Yeah, which I'm glad he's okay. Like Odokawa, like he's done enough, man. He was acting like a fucking like hero, trying to like wrap these criminals up, send them away, not fucking die. You know, like his childhood was ass.
He goes on that zoo date with Shirakawa.
Yeah,
so
yeah, well
that's
deserved.
a win.
Well deserved.
Oh, I know a plot thread that didn't really make a lot. So like Shirakawa and Dobu, right? Yeah. Shirakawa was like, oh yeah, he took all this money from Dobu and he's got me like under his thumb or whatever. And then there at no point when Dobu and Shirakawa interacted or like after that was there any indicate, like it felt very like fabricated almost, where Shirakawa, like you never saw their interactions where Dobu was like trying to press her for money or anything like that. Like it was I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me. Well, I was expecting there to be at least one scene or a couple where it was like, I don't know, Shirakawa's like leaving the fucking clinic and Dobu's like hounding her or something, like just anything to give me indication that there's some actual conflict there, because all it was she explained it to Odokawa, and then
because he had seen her in an alley, I think, with Dobu, and they were talking with each other.
Yeah, and then like after that, it was like Odokawa talked to Dobu. He's like, hey, take care of all of her debts, and I'll help you with whatever you want. And he's like, deal. And then that was it.
Yeah, Yeah, and then after that we get Shirakawa going, Dobu said all my debts are cleared, so I don't have to pay him back. And he's like, Odokawa's like, well, don't talk to me.
It felt
yeah, Odokawa the fuck played the Sigma music after that.
it felt
Don't interact with me.
very like
fast.
Yeah, a little too.
I guess I could see what you're talking about for sure. Like it definitely would have been nice, I guess, to see them like parting or like Dobu to maybe try to like call her or like trash talk or something like that. But like it didn't bother me.
The way
that
Shirakawa made it sound, it was like, oh yeah, I can't fucking get away from Dobu, and then like I never seen them interact with each other.
I kind of agree with Sherm because they're the only scenes of those two we see together is that alleyway. That's it.
Yeah,
like,
that sounds about right. Yeah, no, I know what you guys are saying for sure.
It's a lot of like, oh, we used to date, but then I got into debt with him. Oh, but now I'm paying it back, but I'm also stealing from my job. But that kind of led the clinic to go down. But the Goroki, he didn't turn me in. But now I don't have money and I don't know what to do. But, oh, you took care of it. Oh, cool. Thanks. But he's fine. Actually, Dobu's a cool guy. But actually, he's a bad guy. But actually, after that, I was like, we probably didn't need this. Like, you kind of see what I'm saying? Where
like, I get what you guys are saying for sure. And it would have been nice to have at least a couple more scenes of, like, again, like Dobu trying to, like, hound her or, like, try to confront her. You know what I mean? Like, on the street. Like, she's walking, like, back from work or something. Dobu was like, hey, do you have, what I asked you for? That type of thing.
It's like, imagine if Odokawa and Kakihana were like, we never saw them on screen. And then Kakihana gets kidnapped, and then all of a sudden Odokawa was like, I gotta go save him, he's my best friend. It's like, since when? You guys have never interacted.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay, yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt with that one. But I mean, I do like that it was a good plot thread. I just wish we had seen it rather than been told about it. That's the only one.
Well, yeah, I don't know if this would have like benefited from more episodes. Like, I don't know if you could fill out a full 24, but there's definitely more you could have done.
If they could have pulled one of those weird, like, oddly numbered seasons, like, episodes or something.
Yeah,
just throw in like a couple more.
Shit, with that Into the Woods thing, since they added like additional scenes and stuff, like, yeah, they probably could have done a weirdly numbered series to include all that stuff.
Yeah, when Sakura, her name was Sakura, that's why. When Sakura went to go kill in her human, when we finally see him as human, when Sakura went to go kill Odokawa, we don't see anything. We just kind of get like, oh, let's go on our date, and it's like, oh, excuse me, what the fuck? Do you guys remember when she's like, I'm ready to? She took out the knife and was about to kill Odokawa. Yeah, I was like, okay, here we go. We're about to see, and then it just abruptly cut.
Well, I mean, her pulling out the knife and all that was in the extra stuff. In the actual show, it's just her getting in the car. She smiles, and then that's
yeah. So in the movie Into the Woods, because I went to go look up the like last few minutes of that movie, and I was like, let's watch this, see if this is closure, and it kind of was, because she gets arrested. Obviously Odokawa was like, I took on a gangster. I jumped off a bridge. I'm good.
Man, I feel so bad if he got overpowered by that girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But in all honesty, this is a very high 9 for me. This was very tight knit. I understand that realistically you wouldn't have this many people interacting or mingling, but for the plot it was going for and the story it was trying to tell, it was very tight knit. It was very closed. It made sense up until that end bit when she gets in the car. But besides that, it's a very I'll forgive that. Like, this show is very good. Honestly, this is a show you can recommend non-anime people and be like, hey, you should watch this. This is a really good narrative.
It's just characters doing their shit. There's no like real bombastic things happening. You know what I mean? I mean, like, besides
Shirakawa's Brazilian.
Oh, dude, let me tell you, I'm glad that actually had a payoff because when she was doing it the first time, I was fucking laughing. I'm like, brother, because there was music.
I thought we were doing a bit, yeah.
But when she actually like saved Odokawa from the manager of Mystery Kiss by actually using it and it worked. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm glad this had a payoff. She wasn't just talking.
Yeah,
shit.
It wasn't talk, which kind of made me go, why didn't you use that on Dobu? But anyway,
well, yeah.
I'm not picking it apart. It's just funny to think about.
Yeah, she did have some like weird affection for Dobu too, so I don't know what was going on with that.
Now, what did you guys think of like Dobu having everybody in his pocket?
Oh, Dobu?
Yeah, he just had the bank workers in his pocket. He had the fucking.
I mean, hey, he was gonna pay him.
He had Big Daimon in his pocket. Like, oh, dude, that was pretty sick too when he like turned the SOS blinker on and like.
Oh yeah, he was slick with it.
Yeah,
he was slick with it.
Big Dobu, like, when he did the sneeze but took the picture.
Oh yeah. No, like Odokawa was not an idiot by any stretch of the imagination. He just like wasn't a big tough guy. You know
he was straight with everybody. He told them like, no, I'm scared, but I'd rather you kill me than to go after people. Than to go after the people I love.
He tried to lie too. Like when Dobu was threatening Kakihana, he's like, yeah, no, that guy's a loser anyway. He'd probably be better off dead.
Yeah, so. I mean, and yeah, honestly, this was a really good show. That's what I was saying. Like, honestly, I knew we weren't gonna get it, but I was like, how cool would it have been if at the very end, once we finally get that they're human. Just would have been live action. All the voice actors were playing the part. That would have been cool. But I know that's not realistic, and it's not.
I mean, that would that have been neat? Yeah, but that doesn't really take away from them actually showing their human forms either.
Yeah. This is just something I thought would be really cool if they had actually done it. But yeah, no, this is honestly a good tight 13 episodes. You could probably watch this over the duration of 13 days. 6
13 days.
Yeah, if you want to watch one an episode.
Brother.
One episode a day.
I mean, if people can contain themselves watching one a day, I mean, good for them, but like I did not want to fucking stop. I wanted to keep going, and I was getting kind of worried near the end because I'm like, fuck, it's almost over, man.
Yeah, but if you want to binge it, it's a nice, clean kind of 4.5 hours. It's a real good, short and sweet, simple to the point. You're in and out. There's also the movie, which is just recapping the main story, and then kind of gives you that final end scene where they go on the date.
Which that I do want to watch at some point because I want to see all the extra shit. Like if it's just the characters talking more and discussing stuff, like yeah, sure.
I'll probably have to watch. I'll probably watch it too at some point, but I'm definitely not gonna watch it like anytime soon because I kind of want to let this sit and simmer for a little bit. But I enjoyed this one. This is definitely one of those where I was like, those people. Sherm is. Where'd you find this? Reddit?
Dude, everyone was talking about this. Everyone on the internet was talking about this when it came out.
I just want to know who everyone was. Like,
fucking all the anti-tubers that you hate watching were talking about this.
Yep, anti-tubers were talking about it. I saw it on Twitter back when as well.
I'm not on those areas. So.
Well, I mean, that seems to be like where we heard them.
Okay.
So, I mean, like, it's recognized enough. It's just that people, as far as I know, were not, like, spoiling it to a heinous degree.
Okay.
Like, they weren't like, oh, yeah, by the way, Otokawa has executive dysfunction, and he's actually imagining everybody as animals to deal with feeling better. You know what I mean?
This feels pretty spoiler safe. Like, you would have a hard time ruining this show for somebody, because you just told them the ending, they'd be like, I don't know what that means. Like,
I might do, like, a disclaimer. Please watch this show before listening to this. You can go watch it.
That's what I did earlier, yeah.
It's like, please go watch. Yeah, what you did earlier. Please go watch this before you
I would hope
begin.
People would give it an honest go and then come back and listen to us kind of discuss it a bit, because I think it was really good, and I'm glad that I didn't necessarily know anything going beyond, like, just very surface level shit.
Me too. I mean, that's pretty much it for us this week.
I mean, this is a solid 9 for me.
Solid 9.
It was really good.
Like I said, this was a great 9. There's besides those small things, I really can't critique this. It was so enjoyable. It was so good. Like, I literally woke up and I was like, I gotta watch this because this is for the pod. And then I literally sat in bed for the next 4.5 hours watching. I was like, that was really good. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I mean, is there anything else you guys have to say regarding this?
Flow nominal. 1 out of 10 for the show.
8. No.
All right. So this is one of the first where he
also,
ranked.
My name's fucking not Flow Nominal.
Sorry, could you say it again? Flow nominal? I didn't
Fuck
hear
you, Mactastic bitch.
One of the rare
That's what they call
times
me.
where he rates it lower than us. So
That is true. That is true.
but he
All
still
right.
enjoyed it.
Do you want to get into the weeds? We can get in real quick and get back out.
What's there to get into?
I didn't think the realization that they weren't animals was that big a deal. I was kind of like already there, and like when it happened, I was kind of like, okay.
I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it was
Just
interesting.
Like, oh, that's what that was all about.
I was more into just like what was going on in the story, like fucking the murder with the idol group and their attempt to trap Big Diamond.
Yeah, so just the plot.
Yeah, but like the whole animal thing, I was like, okay.
No, I brought that up because it's one of those things where it's like it was so clean how they had it in there, but it's like if you picked up on it, then it's like, yeah, you picked up on it,
Yeah,
but if you
like-
didn't, then it's a really nice hit or home run.
It's kind of like a nice borderline kind of side thing, because like him imagining them as animals is not really changing what they do in the show.
No,
or
they
how the
could've-
show flows. It's just a really nice thing of like, oh, that's what that was about. Well, that's interesting. You know what I mean?
Honestly, the condition could have been anything else, and they could have been anthropomorphic animals. I still would have been okay with it.
Yeah, because like you're just watching the plot and the characters, and you're not super thinking about like, oh, dog or whatever. It's just like, okay, that's what character is, whatever. What's going on.
I guess one thing I didn't bring up was the entire time we kept seeing like anthropomorphic animals, and we were seeing animals. I was thinking, is that a red herring? Or are they kind of trying to like? But no, like yeah. Once we got the reveal, I was like, oh, that's cool. And if we had never gotten it, that would have been fine too. So yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, solid 9 out of 10 for me.
This will be the last thing I say about it. A small sliver of me throughout the show was kind of concerned about like, what the fuck is in his closet?
Oh yeah.
What is going on in there? But then I'm like, wait, no, but Otokawa was such a good guy. Like, he's just doing his thing. But every now and then I'd be like, what's in there?
I was
though?
secretly hoping it was the idol member, because that would have popped off so fucking hard.
I did take her though.
I was too, up until we got like, oh no, they dug out the body and the other idol member. I was like, well, it's not that. It has to be.
But then I started thinking like, okay, well, if it's not her, it's like, fuck is in there. You know what I mean?
It's a cat.
It's a fucking cat. And it's like, good. I'm glad Otokawa is not a fucking secret, killer.
Freak or weirdo, yeah. Honestly,
I was so worried it was gonna be a girl just like tied up and shit. I was gonna be like, Otokawa, come on, man.
you got Shirakawa.
Oh man,
But-
Shirakawa, fucking MVP though. She fucking dove in there and saved him when his car went into the sea. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's the girl.
Capoeira, honestly, MVP. So
Capoeira.
Capoeira, honestly, MVP. So, that's it for us this week. Is there anything else you guys want to say before you sign off? Anything else been on this week besides this? Any Kamen Rider?
I've been
that fell in your lap?
I've been busy doing other things, man. I've been playing Valkyria Chronicles.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching OddTaxi. Excuse me. And that's more or less for like entertainment stuff. Mainly just those two things. Valkyria Chronicles is a lot of fun.
I was playing RuneScape early morn on Friday, and man walked up to me and said, "You read that new One Piece chapter?" I did not. I now feel like I need to read that new One Piece chapter.
Yeah, you should.
Good. I saw Nami has a new design for Elbaf, so that's good enough. I'll get in there.
We do that for every arc. So
That's
yeah,
right.
you'll like it. You'll be fine.
I think I've seen it already, so reminded me a lot of when they went to Onigashima.
I was gonna say, speaking of RuneScape, I saw Zach at the gas station where I came back.
Oh my god.
He told me that he said he was at level 88. He said to level up, it's like leveling up levels 1 through 92 after like a certain point.
For RuneScape?
Yeah, 92 is the halfway point.
92 is the halfway point.
Yeah, it's often joked that we're halfway there when you get to 92 because the numbers compound on themselves.
Is it like it doubles each level, and then by the time you get to 92, it's like so astronomically
I don't
large?
think it's doubling. I think it's like time and a half, something like that.
Oh.
I don't remember exactly. It basically works out to 1 to 92 is like halfway to 13 million XP, and then 92 to 97 or 92 to 99 is the other like half of that.
Oh, okay.
So the amount of XP you would need to go from like one level to the next at that point is very large.
Yeah, your last level you spend you end at like 12 million XP before going to 13 million. So
That's what I heard. That's what he said. Something like that. Yeah.
And I did that shit 27 times, so it's not fun. But we're done. I never have to do it again.
Yeah, I
Hell
told
yeah,
him.
brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, I told him you did that over the course of like 7 years, and he was like,
plus or minus. I mean, I took a big break during COVID. Like, I did not play at all when we were in the shit of overtime.
Oh yeah.
Back when I was working like fucking 65, 70 hours a week.
Oh yeah, wasn't that fun?
Oh yeah, I had such a good time.
Did you pull up your policy?
Dude, fucking, I want to say so many names right now, but I can't.
Yeah, let's not.
Honestly, though, if you want to go fucking kill these people, be my guest.
Nah, let's not kill them with
Look,
kindness.
just because you want to get your paycheck, I don't care anymore. Fuck them.
I know. So, this has been Isuno's Den of Otakus. I didn't do anything the weekend. So,
Fair enough.
Salem, what's my name?
Oh, Phenomenal?
Fuck you.
I thought that was your name. Phenomenal? What do you
All
mean?
right, Lactastic.
That's fine.
Yeah, fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, so I'm Mactastic. It's been a pleasure to be here, boys.
and I've been Isuno Monjo, and one more time.
No, fuck you. You don't get it.
Okay.
That's a long name.
Fuck. How did we say the Bankai again?
Sakashima Yokoshima.
Sakashima Yokoshima.
Oppo
I don't remember.
Fusagari.
Fusagari.
All right. Well, everyone take care. Bye.